Hello, everyone. So we are live. Welcome to Let Me Tech. Uh, we are starting this stream almost half an hour before WWDC because after our video went up, there were a lot of updates. So we'll be talking about those updates, and after that, WWDC will start, and you'll see our live reactions to WWDC. And there are a lot of expectations from this year's WWDC. First reason is that Apple themselves would be the largest WWDC since the from all the events, this would be the largest WWDC. Not only that, this would be the that WWDC would be happening live. It won't be an actual event where developers go and get together. This would be an online format. So really excited because this is something that will be happening for the first time. This is new for Apple. This is new for us. Since starting our channel, this is the first time we're watching WWDC and we're giving live reactions. So really excited. Anyways, by the way, if you have not watched our previous video, do watch it. It's very lengthy and it has everything that is expected from this year's WWDC. Okay, as far as lag is concerned, hopefully it will get better with time, but otherwise we'll definitely see what can be done about this. Okay, so let's start with all the features that are coming or all the changes after our video went up. So first thing, let's talk about air power. So John Prosser, he shared images of air power on Twitter, and a lot of people, including Fudge and Mark Gurman from Bloomberg, they said that those images are fake. And John Prosser said that he will be moving the watch and then he'll be showing you and showing us different images. Has been no new image. So it is like kind of strange. I trust John Prosser because he has recently leaked everything that Apple was going to announce, especially in this pandemic. So if John Prosser is wrong, maybe his sources have been caught by Apple, or maybe Apple is, going to do something new. But as of now, there is nothing that we know, and hopefully we'll see something come up from John Prosser. Okay. Uh, the next big thing, yeah. So John Prosser, he confirmed on Twitter that iPhone OS, the iOS, it will be renamed back to its original name. So if you know about iOS 1, iOS 2, and iOS 3, they were called 2 and 3. After that, Apple decided to change their name to iOS. Now, as per latest leaks and rumors, John Prosser and some of the other, leakers and rumors have suggested, analysts have suggested that this will be going back to the original name, that is iPhone OS. It makes sense. If you look at all the software Apple provides, it's Mac OS, it's Watch OS, it's TV OS, it's iPad OS, and only the iPhone OS is currently called iOS. So it would make perfect sense to rename it to iPhone OS. But anyways, as of now, we don't know about it. Definitely we'll know as soon as the stream starts. It's only almost half an hour to go. Okay. Second, yeah, another feature. So 9 to 5 Mac. 9 to 5 Mac reported on a feature that was native phone recording. So what happened was that this feature, some suggested that this feature will be coming to iOS 14, but this feature actually was just for debugging and for developers. So this is a feature that is not expected to come in iOS 14. This was just a feature for testing and development. As soon as testing and development is done, this feature will be removed and it won't come in the public build of iOS 14. Okay, so yeah, lag is fixed. Internet issues, you know about them. So like, there's nothing to say about them. Call recording, that's out of the way. Another leak, which was not included in our video, it came a little bit late. It is that now the podcast app for iPhone, it will be updated. The podcast app will now have a for you section, which in which, where based on your current podcast, it will be giving you suggestions that you should subscribe to these podcasts and listen to them. So this is another issue that in another feature that is coming to iOS 14. So once again, this will be confirmed as soon as the event start, and it's like not long, only 20 minutes to go. Okay, yeah, service bundles. Now, this many analysts, even before this feature came into discussion, many analysts were saying that Apple should do it. So Apple has different services that it offers now. There are iCloud services, there are gaming services, there are news services, there are TV services. So all these services now currently have different plans. So what analysts were saying that Apple should bundle these services and provide them a one package, that if they want to use these two services, this would be the package. If they want to use these three services, this would be the package, and like different bundles. So it is expected iOS 13.6 code suggested that these bundles will be coming in iOS 14 and probably in even iOS 13.6 as well. Now, regarding iOS, one prediction that we made back in April was that iOS 14 will be supporting all the devices that currently support iOS 13. And this is very huge. It may not seem like too big of a deal, but it is. Because if this happens, which most likely it is going to happen, not only it will fix all the issues that currently are present in iOS 13, one other thing is that iPhone 6s will have 6 years of continuous software support. No other iPhone in history has had this much support. The max other iPhones had was 5 years. This would be the first time that one iPhone will have 6 years of support. So this will be really nice. Looking forward to it. We'll know for sure just in 20 to 25 minutes. We talked about AirPower. Regarding AirPower, one other leaker suggested that there is like another AirPower alternate, probably a small single coil wireless charger, Apple branded, because currently Apple does not sell any Apple branded wireless charger. So it is expected that Apple will be selling a single coil version as well. As of now, like there are no, to be honest, not still working on it. So like behind closed, they are working on it and they're trying to fix this issue. So it won't be a surprise that they'll launch a single coil version as well. The software integration that currently is expected with AirPower, or will it that support? That is something that we'll have to wait and see. But as of now, let's hope that there are more, devices, more products coming in from Apple, because there are a lot of products that are rumored. So hopefully we'll get a lot of products in coming years, at least a couple of years. Okay, yeah. So as I just mentioned, that iOS will be renamed to iPhone OS. Now it makes perfect sense, but some leakers have pointed that this will cause some trouble as well. Like for example, iPad now has iPad OS, iPhone now has iPhone OS. What about iPod? Because last year Apple released the iPod Touch 7th generation, so it definitely will get at least 2 to 3 years of support. Will it just get the iOS support or iPhone OS? Will its software be called iPhone OS, or will it be a separate version which will be called iPod OS? So as of now, there is nothing on that. And once again, we have to wait for the live event. We have to listen to the actual live news, and then we'll be able to know. So regarding the event, I will be talking. My mic might be mute, but when there is something to when there is something to tell, when there is something to show my reaction to, tell about something we predicted that came true, something that was rumored that came true, something that was absolutely not rumored but Apple announced. I'll be unmuting my mic and I'll be telling you. But apart from that, I'll be watching the event on my iPhone. Hopefully, that would work. One very sad news is that even in the last video, we mentioned that there will be a lot of hardware that was expected. The major news was that a transition from Intel to ARM-based processors, Apple-branded ARM-based processors, was expected. But now, multiple leakers, Fudge, Love to Dream, John Prosser, even Mark Gurman, they suggest that Apple has scrapped all the hardware from this event. So it won't be there won't be any hardware announced. So it will be a software focused event, and we'll get all these software updates. We'll get the versions, we'll get the new features, we'll have a sneak peek. The developer betas will be launched right after the event. But as far as as far as hardware is concerned, that is not happening in this event, and that is kind of strange, but kind of understandable, because given the current situation of pandemic, there are many Apple products that are ready to ship. Multiple leakers, once again, including John Prosser, Love to Dream, have mentioned that there are products that are ready to ship, but due to the current pandemic situation, Apple is not ready to ship those because they don't think that they will sell as much as compared to when they have a live event and when they have press at the event. That would be much more beneficial for the product and for the company. So this is kind of sad, but I am expecting that if Apple decided that there will be no hardware, the good news could be, the blessing in disguise is that Apple will be giving us so many updates as far as software is concerned. We are expecting some huge UI changes, which was confirmed by Love to Dream as well in his latest leaks. I'll talk about those in a little while. But we are expecting that software will get heavily updated. iOS, iPadOS, many features are rumored. Many features were found in the early build that was obtained by 9 to 5 Mac back in February. So we'll see what like how many of those features we get. But definitely we are expecting a lot of software updates. So hopefully we'll get those. Okay. So as far as time goes, we have about 14 minutes. So in these 14 minutes, let's start with the latest leaks. So a very original name for a leaker, Love to Dream. So you can follow him on Twitter. He starts his tweets like that, I had a dream, and then he tells and he gives a leak. So he gave a lot of leaks. And first thing he confirmed was that there is no hardware. That I already mentioned that multiple leakers and analysts are saying that no more hardware at WWDC. And he is confirming that there will be no hardware. So hardware is gone. Now coming on to macOS. So supposedly he leaked the name of macOS, which will be called macOS Big Sur. So we don't know that if it is the official name, but like it makes sense. The name, as far as hints go, this makes perfect sense. So will it be the actual name or no? Once again, we have to wait a little while longer, and Apple will officially announce these. Okay, Safari updates. So Safari is already expected to get some huge updates. It is expected to get a native translator which will work without internet connection, so it will be using the neural engine on device. Along with that, it is expected to get some enhanced features for iPadOS, which will include Apple Pencil support, maybe more Magic Keyboard shortcuts and stuff like that. Those are already expected. But Love to Dream suggested that there are even more huge updates, like he mentioned, huge updates coming to Safari. So maybe some redesign, maybe some new features. We'll have to wait and see. But definitely, this will be something that is very interesting. Now, the next thing he mentioned, it was not expected. Minor tweaks, minor adjustments, minor UI changes, they were already expected, as we saw from the early leaks from iOS 14 build. But he is saying that there are some major changes coming as far as UI is concerned, and it will be a brand new, completely redesigned UI. So will it happen? Will it not happen? Once again, we have to wait. But I think it makes sense. Given that we are not getting any hardware, Apple has to have this event for about 2 hours. So it makes sense that for those 2 hours, Apple needed more time to discuss all the changes that are coming to the software. So let's see. He said that all these changes are coming to iOS, not only to iOS, not only to iPadOS, but also macOS. So if you remember, the last time we got some major UI changes in macOS was back about 4 years ago in 10.10 Yosemite. So maybe now we're getting some new updates. Will we get 10.16 or will we now get OS 11? Again, we don't know anything as of now. We'll have to wait and see about this. So really excited about this, because if we are getting some redesigned UI, this would be really interesting, that how Apple changes its software after all the buggy release of iOS and macOS last year. So Apple definitely need they have to fix a lot of issues, and if along with those issues they are bringing some UI changes, it will be really interesting to see. Okay, so widgets, yes, widgets. So this was something like many people were skeptical about this, that whether widgets are coming to iOS 14 or no. John Prosser said that his sources are saying that there are no widgets in any iOS 14 internal build that is being tested, but third-party widgets are being worked on. So the final explanation that we got was that third party widgets are coming to control center, because currently there are no third party widgets in control center. That was kind of the last leak about this. But now uh, Love to Dream is saying that widgets are coming. So are they coming to the control center as we expected, or are they coming to the home screen? Because if they come to the home screen, it would make a sense that there is no control center. It will be okay to completely remove control center, because usually there are only a couple of things that you use in the control center. For example, you use your volume control, your brightness control, maybe your do not disturb mode, your dark mode control. So if you have the ability to add those 4 5 widgets in your home screen, you can get rid of the control center altogether. So this is something to we should be looking forward to. Yeah, this next one is very interesting. So Love to Dream is saying that we won't be getting the rename from iOS to iPhone OS. This is very interesting. Even Mark Gurman said that this is something that is not happening. But John Prosser, he recently has been so right that it is very hard to believe that he will be wrong. So this is something that we will wait and we will have to wait and see that how this works out. But if there is no rename, iOS is fine, I guess, because everybody knows that iOS is the software that runs on iPhone. So I don't think it matters that much. But with iPhone OS, it would make the naming so much more consistent, and it would make so much more sense. And yeah, this one, another one that is very interesting. Incoming call is going to be redesigned. So what it means is that now as we mentioned, this is something that I personally wanted as well, and we mentioned in our video as well, that once you receive a call, the alert, it should, like the incoming call alert, it should not cover up the whole screen where you have absolutely no way, and your phone is brick until the call you accept it, you reject it, or the call ends. Your phone is brick, you cannot do anything else. It should come as an alert. So this is something Love to Dream confirmed that this is happening, and I'm really happy about it, because this needs to happen. And if this is happening, I'm too happy about it. Some last leaks that are coming, as far as news from Love to Dream is concerned, is that we will have improved sidecar. So sidecar is a feature where you attach your iPad with your Mac, and you can use it as a secondary display. So that is getting some improvements. Improved and enhanced handwriting, that is coming to iPad. It is already pretty good. So what would be the improvements coming with it? As of now, there are no details, but Love to Dream mentioned it. So once again, we have to wait, and we have to check that what those will be. As far as leaks, rumors, and everything is concerned, this is as much as we know as of right now, and I don't think we'll be getting any more leaks or stuff, because only 5 minutes are left in WWDC. So meanwhile, let me just tune in to my okay. So meanwhile, let me open my YouTube here on my phone, and let's stream Apple event right here. So it says that it's starting in 5 minutes 25 seconds. So due to copyright issues, I would have loved to stream the event here myself, but unfortunately due to copyright issues we cannot do that. Apple does not allow that. So what we will be doing will be that I will be giving you live reactions. We'll be talking about different features that get announced. The chat box is open. You can leave your messages there. We'll discuss them, and you will have to watch the event on your devices, and I will be watching the event on my device here as well. So this is how this will work. Unfortunately, uh, definitely would have been much better, would have been much nicer that if we were able to stream the event. But I cannot even take the risk. We started this channel, this is a new channel, and if Apple gives us a copyright strike, then it's game over. So definitely don't want to take that risk. So unfortunate, but that is how the things are. So get your devices ready, 5 minutes to go, and let's see what this WWDC gives us. And Do leave your messages. Do let us know. Do let me know that what are the features you are excited about. What are the things that you need? One thing that I personally need, I mentioned in our previous video as well, where we mentioned everything about, where we discussed everything about WWDC. That is a native app locker. Like, it's surprising. It's really kind of ridiculous that a company which is so focused on privacy, which is so focused on protecting your data, protecting others from getting into your device, they are even having cases against the FBI and other companies, intelligence companies. They are not giving them data because they say that data is something that is very private and it should be protected at all costs. That company is not giving you a native way to lock apps so nobody can get into them without any authentication. It is very strange that on one side you are talking about privacy, on the other side you do not have even one very basic thing that is required to make your app secure from others. But definitely this is coming. So on a developer app, I just got the notification from Apple as well that that the event is about to kick off. So let's get ready. Okay, so yes, so Apple. So I don't know if you can see. So yeah, Apple notification is here as well that it's about time. So let's get ready. So okay, um, okay, it's kind of strange. So I will be watching the event on YouTube. As of now, there is nothing on stream. It's a black screen. So and this is something that many people made fun of as well, and that is the most iconic thing about WWDC or any Apple event is that once the event starts, the first thing that happens is the very first thing is that Tim Cook comes on stage and in a very energetic way he says good morning. And now this year he won't be able to come on stage and say good morning. So how will he compensate that? How will he fill up that gap? So once again, let's wait. This is something that we have to wait on. And WWDC event keynote is live. And okay, so I am getting the stream on my developer app, but I am not getting the. Okay, so here we go. So the stream is live. So like I was just reading some tweets. So all these lights that you see, these are all the locations where the stream is being. Everyone is streaming in all these locations. You see all these lights that are glowing. Those are actual people streaming the event live. So I cannot see the analytics right now, but it is expected that millions of people they will be watching this event live. As of now it's not showing the number on YouTube, but it definitely is going to be a huge number. So event is ready to go. Apple is streaming the event. I cannot once again it could be a way to show the stream, but we cannot do that. Once again, copyright issues, Apple. And when it comes to copyright issues, Apple is very serious about those, so can't even take the risk. So for now, I'll be muting my mic and let's wait for WWDC to kick off. Okay, one very cool thing about that was if you were watching the event live was that those lights were actually not lights. If you zoom in, those are actually memojis and animojis. And one very strange thing that was, kind of anticipated on Twitter was that what if all the event is in a memoji style, in an emoji style? So it would be really fun and unique, because we have seen the corporate faces of Tim Cook and many other. So memoji, that would be something new. Yeah, so just I'll keep on showing you clips. So as you can see, these are all animojis with all the laptops that was in full stream ahead, and other promos that were shared by Apple. So definitely nice. So the event is about to start. If you're not tuned in, definitely tune in. And we have a live view of Steve Jobs Theater. And here we go. By the way, as usual, the music is absolutely great. So Apple adds, and here comes Tim Cook. So the tradition is not broken. The WWDC, whether it's online or an actual event, it starts with Tim Cook saying good morning. Yes. So Black Lives Matter, racism. Apple has been doing a lot of work about it. So that is what Tim Cook is talking about. So let's have a listen. So after addressing the racism issue, the next issue Apple has heavily worked on. Apple has done a splendid job. They have created face shields. They have made huge donations, and that is regarding coronavirus COVID-19. So that is what Tim Cook is talking about. So let's continue. Okay, so we are starting with iOS. As of now, there is a no hint of name changing. Let's see. Okay, one thing I am very excited about, I can see the picture in picture mode, and I love it. So here's a sneak peek. Let's start. Absolutely amazing. Widgets on home screen. That is amazing. So widgets are coming to home screen. Picture in picture mode is here. Wow, this is absolutely amazing. So like WWDC, amazing. This year's event is amazing. I hope you can see. So these are widgets. Widgets are coming to home screen. Look at that home screen. Man, that is amazing. That is absolutely amazing. So amazing. Home screen. So let's talk about home screen. Yep. App library. So a new feature, app library. So let's see. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Nice. Absolutely amazing. Very good. Really appreciated one. So this happens. uh, I usually first two pages more than enough for the apps I use on regular basis. Next are pages for apps I develop, apps I use occasionally. So it's okay to hide them. So this is good. Search for app library. It only makes sense. So suggestions recently added, most used. It will be added on the top, and then you have the search as well. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Okay, so when you click on a category, you see all the apps. So this makes sense as well. Great. Okay, I'll be taking notes as well because we have a video to make after this as well. Widgets. So widgets for home screen. The concept for this, they looked amazing. So if this is happening, I am beyond excited. I cannot even show you my excitement. Yep. Different size widgets. So this is evening, exceeding Android as well. So these look super cool. I have seen widgets on Android, but these are amazing. So okay, new widgets are here. Yes, yes, exactly. So now drag and drop a widget onto your home screen. Absolutely amazing. So yeah, here we go. I hope you can see the tutorial. Drag and drop, just like that, and you can add them to the first page or the second page. If you know iPad OS, so we had widgets, but they were restricted to the first page. So now you can customize the widgets and add them to whichever screen you want. This is really cool. This is really nice. This is really nice. Oh. Widgets on home screen, amazing. Picture in picture mode to iPhone. I requested it. Apple listened to me. This is amazing. Yep. So, watching a movie on iPhone, video plays in the bottom corner right here. So the video is playing, and I can continue watching it. I use it for about 6 hours on average daily on my Mac, and I requested that this should be available in iOS, and now it is available. So this is great. So now, just imagine that you are watching a YouTube video for a tutorial and you can take notes right away. Previously, it was one hell of an issue on iOS. Now, absolutely amazing. Picture in picture mode. Okay, so that's it. Only three features. Well, these three are more than enough, to be honest. Siri, we requested Siri update. Another one that Apple listened to us. Yes. So small Siri. Yeah, we exactly showed this screen in our video that this should not take this much screen. This should be just a small alert at the top. So I think it will be okay. This is even cooler. So it comes like a bubble at the very bottom. Very interesting, very good, and it was definitely needed. Okay, what interfaces for Siri? Like for example, if you are asking something, a bubble pops up at the bottom, and the result pops up as an alert. Okay, new updates as far as performance is concerned coming. So let's have a look at the new performance. So one issue with Siri is that when we have continued conversation, so we are asking questions about a topic, repeat like continuously one question after the other. Siri sometimes cannot understand the context of the question. Maybe that is something that will get updated. Okay, so on device speech recognition. Previously, it was not on device. Now it is on device. We had a recent, comparison between Google and Siri about this as well. So this is something that is nice. Okay, multi-language conversations. So you speak in one language, Siri responds in other. Translate is there. Okay, offline. So native translator, as we were expecting in Safari, a native translator that will work on device. So it won't require any internet connection if you even if you are offline. So this could be really helpful. Nice. So a conversation mode in Siri, where if you speak a different language than me, we can have the device detect the language automatically and translate the text from for one person to the other. So this is really nice. Siri redesign plus updates. So it's good. iMessage updates. So apologies for the lighting conditions. So iMessage updates. Anyways, emoji is coming. Okay. So pin conversation. Pin conversation. Okay. Yep. Emojis are like vastly customizable. New styles coming to Memoji. I think the previous one were enough, but anyways, no one's complaining about these. Age options. Fist bump. So a new Memoji where you can send a fist bump. Light is back. Okay. Inline replies. So this is something like Slack. So you can tag people as well. So the new feature. Group photo, and this is something we had for personal chats as well. Nice. Okay. No retract message or edit message. So that those did not came. Mm, anyways, so maps. Okay, so a jab at Google Maps. England, UK, Ireland. England, Ireland, and Canada. Three new countries getting major support for Apple Map. So it was already available for US. So three new countries added for Apple Maps. Okay. Cycling directions coming to Apple Maps. Mm, to be honest, because we do not have it here, I never knew that it is missing from Apple Maps, but now it's added, so it's good news. Okay, some Chinese company are getting these this bike travel and bike route. EV routing, so electric car routing, so specific routes for electric cars. So where possibly, just like Tesla, you can have an autopilot mode. Okay, so it will give you charging routes as well. So it will select the best route for you to, so you can get charging spots everywhere on that particular route. So as far as Apple Map is concerned, nothing too exciting. It's actually just catching up with Google Maps. Nothing too new or nothing too special. Okay, so Apple's way of connecting your iPhone to your car, so you can use the power of your device and control the device from your car's display. Okay, new wallpapers for CarPlay. Car key. Yeah, this feature was expected. So yes, BMW is the first company to support car key. Very first car. So BMW 5 Series 2021, it will be the first car to support car key. So just tap with your iPhone and the car unlocks. Okay, so if something happens to your car, it's stolen or something like that, you can, just like a tracker, limit and disable your car keys so nobody can actually drive your car or start it. So this is something that is like good, because with car key, new security measures are added. Okay, so once again, you can give your friends access to unlock your car and use it. The new BMW 5 Series will be available to customers next month. Okay, so car key will be enabled on iOS 13 as well. This is dangerous because this could mean that iOS 14 is not coming to all devices that support iOS 13. This could be sad. Okay, this will be working with U1 chip. It can work on older devices with NFC, but definitely U1 ultra wideband chip will have more benefits. Yep. So So we're talking about App Store now. So in App Store, the thing that we are expecting is the Clips API, where you will be able to use an application without actually installing it. Exactly. Exactly. So App Clips. So this is the Clips API, App Clips. So for example, you're going to Starbucks and you want to pay for your coffee. The app is not installed. You only you just scan, and the app store will automatically pop up that you don't need to install this application. You can simply pay without installing this app. So this is really nice. So if you use some apps that you find annoying to have them installed, this is definitely very beneficial. App clips. Yep. So as a developer, this is something very interesting, and we'll be definitely trying this as soon as possible, because we have a food app that we worked on. So definitely we'll try to add it into that food app. So there could be a way to order food without actually installing the app. Okay, so no need for sign up as well. It will use sign in with Apple. You can even launch the new app clips from app library. Nice. So basically, app clips can be run from everywhere. iMessage, Maps, anywhere. You can scan a QR code, it will work, and many other ways. Like every way you can possibly think of, it will work. So this is really nice. App clip codes are the custom QR codes that we were expecting for Apple. So this year from Apple. So these are Apple QR codes. Apple clips code will these will be called possibly. So, for example, a multi-vendor app, they can create app clips for each vendor. So this is really nice. and it has to be less than 10 MB. Really nice. So less than 10 MB, it should run instantly. Okay, so that's it's for iOS 14. So no renaming. Hmm. Okay, so from the notes, as of now, no redesigned call screen. That's kind of sad. Now we have iPadOS. So we'll have to wait and see if the phone notification gets an update, but it's not confirmed. So it's kind of disappointing. Anyways, iPadOS. 1 million apps only for iPad. So just like iOS, redesigned widgets. So a sidebar for Photos app for iPad. So nothing too exciting as of yet. But the news is that we are getting widgets for iPad OS just like iOS. So just like uh, uh, you know Photos, we are getting sidebar for other apps as well, other native apps such as Notes and Files app. Once again, Siri update for iPad. Let's see. Okay, calls. Yeah. So this is getting interesting. So redesigned call screen for iPad is coming. Yes, finally. So we are getting that phone interface for iOS as well. So Apple tried to scare us with introducing it with iPad first, but then they told us that it is coming to iOS as well. So finally, this is happening. Wow. Just like iPad, just like sorry, Mac Spotlight, we have the redesigned search. So this is basically a spotlight for your iOS device. And if you know about Spotlight on your Mac, this is absolutely amazing. Yeah. But this search will is it coming to iOS? As of now, there is no confirmation, but we'll definitely have to look. So Apple Pencil improvements coming. So probably Apple Pencil support for Safari. If you have noticed, I'm taking notes. So we will be having a WWDC recap video right after WWDC. So stay tuned for that as well. Make handwriting as powerful as typed text. So let's see. Scribble to iPad. So handwrite in any text field and it will automatically get translated. Okay, nice. Okay, so now just like Google Lens app, this is once again something we are getting really excited because this is something we mentioned a couple of times that this is something that should come to iPad and iOS, iOS generally, but it is coming to iPad, and that is you can select handwritten text. You can copy it and you can use all the shortcuts that you usually use on your typed text. So all that is coming now integrated with Apple Pencil. So that is really nice. Okay. So you can write a website URL in Safari search bar with your Apple Pencil. It works in any text field. So Scribble will support multi-language. As of now, the demo shows that it will support English and Chinese. So nice. Just like Google Lens app, if you call a number, you can call that number, and if you click on an address, you can take it to Apple Map. So this is something we mentioned. So really excited about this. Umar mentioned it in the video, and I'll try it. If Probably Umar can share the link for it as well. The Android video that we shared where we mentioned this. All these things that we said, we are definitely mentioning them again in our WWDC review and probably in our iOS 14 review. So stay tuned. These are definitely being mentioned again and again because we were the first one to predict these, and waiting for the iOS 14 prediction. But if that happens, so all the predictions we made will be true. So we'll have a 100% record as of now. So that could be really cool. So AirPods are getting some updates. This was not expected. So let's see. Automatically switching. So like I have this AirPod connected to my iPhone. If I want to switch to my Mac, it can switch automatically instantly. This is really nice. Okay. Okay. So the AirPods feature, I just want to know that will it work on AirPods One, because I have AirPods One. Uh, there were no new features in AirPod Two, or to be honest, in AirPod Pro, because I'm okay with the sound of these. So I did not update. So will this work with AirPods One? I really hope so that it works, because everything else is almost same except the calling smart assistant. So really looking forward to this AirPod feature in the AirPods One. Now let's continue and talk about Apple Watch. Yep. So So you can now share your watch faces as well. So between your friends, you can share watch faces. This was a rumored feature, so not too excited about it because we already knew this is coming. So cycling directions to Apple Watch as well. So nothing new. So if you know anything about Apple ecosystem, it is that if you get one feature for one thing, in one way or the other, you can use it across all Apple devices. So that is something that is happening here. So we got the Apple Maps update for iPhone, iPad, possibly for Mac as possibly not possibly, definitely for Mac, and similarly for the Apple Watch. So workout is coming. So we have a new workout app expected as well. That was not talked in iOS 14, so possibly with Apple Watch. So now let's see. So a new workout that is being added to WatchOS 7 is dance. So you can now dance, and so this is like kind of funny. So, but definitely, I don't know why I find this funny, but so now when you dance with your Apple Watch, it will track the activity and tell you know that how much calories you burned while dancing. So, but for those who wanted to know how much calories they burned while dancing, well, here it is. Okay, so some other definitely. So activity app on iOS 14 is updated as well. So okay, so we were expecting a new fitness app. Now the activity app is actually updated to fitness. Sleep tracking is coming to WatchOS. So let's just this the demo finish. I'll explain this a bit. Wind down. So hand wash. So this is something that other watches were already doing, and that was giving you reminders to wash your hands regularly in caution for the COVID-19. But unfortunately, Apple Watch did not have this. But now this is being introduced, and very nice animation to let you know that you have to wash your hands for 20 seconds. Nice. New workout, sleep, hand wash detection. So Siri language translations and many other features like Siri language translation is something very huge. So, for example, instead of good morning in English only, in German it will be giving you Guten Tag. So stuff like that, native translation. So this is really nice. So we'll keep a look at we'll watch this closely and bring in more updates in our upcoming videos about these features and updates. So one thing it was mentioned in CNET and in a video of CNET, and that was that with having Siri on device, one absolutely amazing feature is that you don't rely on Safari to translate some certain websites. With it being on device and with Siri using it, you can now translate text anywhere throughout your iOS device in even app reviews as well. So this is something that needed to be talked about, and that is privacy. Let's see what privacy features are coming to. Okay. So yeah, some privacy features that are already there. They're being talked about, and Apple probably will be introducing some new. We requested for an app locker. Maybe we're getting one. So let's wait and see. Transparency and control. So probably in control section we are getting the app locker. But anyways, let's see. Yes. So location data. Nice. Okay, nice. So Apple is like against tracking. So they added, like they mentioned a lot of features. They already have a lot of features, but now they have added more features. So now let's see the upcoming update. This is possibly the HomeKit update that is expected. Yes. Now this feature, this home, we don't use this much, so it's sad. We should have smart accessories, smart home accessories, but unfortunately we don't have here. Let's see that maybe in future we'll have these in here as well, but as of now we don't have these. And these fe- these updates are nice, but they don't affect us much because we don't use them as much. tvOS. Okay, so now before Mac OS, the final OS that we are going to discuss is tvOS. So let's talk. once again, smart TVs and TV OS. This is something that we don't use that much here, but this is again something that is very important. And this year we are expecting an update to Apple TV as well to cope up with the needs of Apple Arcade. So as you know that, so now OS update and even the new Apple TV is coming for, and that is gaming, the Apple Arcade. So picture in Apple TV. This is really nice. Nice. Apple TV Plus. So Apple's competitor for Netflix. Yep. So a new Apple TV original coming. So let's wait and see. From the co-writer of The Dark Knight and Batman Begin, a sci-fi film, probably a season or a film. Foundation. Is it a film or a season? We'll have to wait. It's coming in 2021, by the way. So it's like there's a lot of time for it to be released. So once again, back to Craig, and finally, we are going we're going to have a new look at the Mac OS and some big changes coming to Mac OS. So let's see. Mac OS. Yes. Mm. First of all, the name firm Mac OS. Yes, so Love to Dream was right. Big Sir. So design is changing. So 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 uh, it is being said that this is the like most major redesign that is coming to Mac OS. So let's have a look. By the way, if you are relying on us and not watching the event, you at least need to watch all the promos that Apple has provided, because the music in them are absolutely amazing. So, new changes to Mac. Nice. So, kind of a transparent mode. To be honest, just something like we had in Windows 7, a transparent mode, but much more clean. Widgets, once again, widgets coming. So, I don't know how we will be able to use them in Mac OS, but let's see. Icons are changing. So, yeah. So, icons are getting updated and they are more funky, um, more colorful. But this is getting good. This is getting really good. So, just like we mentioned in our intro, that just like Yosemite, this is the next major redesign. So, this is really nice. So, now we're coming on to the demo. So, let's see the demo. Redesigned icons. Mhm. Yeah. So, so all the apps, native apps of Mac are updated as per the new design language. So control center to the Mac, like, so Just like the control center in your iOS device, the control center now is available in Mac as well. So this is the first time control center is available in Mac. This is really nice. So you can now organize your top icons in your control center, and you can drag them out or drag them into the control center. So the developers can bring their own widgets as well. So third-party widgets are also coming. So all the tech reviewers, I can see that all the tech reviewers will be super happy with all the updates we've got so far. So Messages app on Mac. Okay, nice. Okay, Maps. Mm, so a new version of Maps app for the Mac. So let's see what are the changes. So indoor maps are coming to Mac apps. Yes, Mac Catalyst. So Mac Catalyst is basically you can port your iPad app, and you can create a Mac app for it with this Catalyst API that is provided by Apple. So So new controls for developers are coming with the Mac Catalyst, so you can have a much better app once you transfer your app from iPad to Mac. Because as you see that iPad, it's basically touch focused, but Mac is basically controlled by your mouse. So there was some inconsistencies. So with this update, those should be gone. Yes. So the new Map and Messages app will be a Catalyst app. Safari. So, one now frequently visited websites open 50% faster on Safari as compared to Chrome. This is a bold claim from Apple. Let's see. Extensions in Safari. So this is something that was kind of missing. So there were no good extensions for Safari, but now they are coming. Hmm. Tap preview in Safari. native translator coming to Safari. We already knew about it. So big improvement, definitely big improvement. Okay, so Tim Cook is back. So the original Mac is being displayed. So if you can see in the background, this is the original Mac, which was introduced in 1984 by Steve Jobs. Yes, so now from Intel to ARM to Apple created ARM based processors. Yes. Okay. So now we are going somewhere that is undisclosed. So we'll be getting a look at the new processes that Apple have developed and that are coming. So let's see. This is something that was expected, and personally, very excited about this because this means that now we can have more powerful PCs, futuristic design Macs, and let's see. So now, as you know, that currently the Intel-based processors we get in Mac, the best we can get is six core processor. This ARM-based Mac is expected to have a 12-core processor, eight high-performance and four energy-efficient cores. So let's wait and see for the official announcement. Apple Silicon is the best in the market. Like there's no doubt about it. There should be no reason to doubt it. Apple bought the Intel 5G business for $1 billion. Apple makes the best processor in the market, in the whole market. That is the A12, A13 processor, and A14 is expected to take this even further. When it comes to the iPad, A12X, A13X, and the upcoming A14X, those are the best processors, and they even compete with Intel i7. So this is something that is absolutely amazing. And with ARM-based processors in Mac, this could definitely be a game changer for the Macs. Yes, so custom silicon is also available in watch as well, with the S series processors, if I'm not wrong. So for the light, nothing I can do about it. So, as of now, Apple claims that they have shipped 2 billion custom developed chips across all their devices. And it's kind of true because when you look at Apple Watch, iPads, and iPhones, I think it will sum up to 2 billion devices. Exactly. More performance means more power. Okay. So yes, so it's not only the silicon, the processor. There are some other custom chips that Apple develop as well. For example, the T2 security chip, the ultra wide U1 chip, and many other chips. So those can be integrated in the Mac as well. Currently, possibly that is not like that cannot be done because of the Intel chip and the architecture difference. Yes, so with uh, Apple created neural engines just like in the iPhone or the iPad. So yes, developer transition from Intel to ARM is also something that has to be taken care of, and that is something Apple is explaining right now. Okay, so we're having a look at a Mac that is running on Apple Silicon. So A12Z processor that runs iPad Pro. Nice. Mhm. So Apple has created a universal format, named it Universal 2. So basically, what happens with that is now you can run your your code on Intel-based Macs and ARM-based Macs, like with one binary, with one build. You can run the app on both devices. This is super amazing because this was the main concern of the transition from Intel to ARM-based processor. Mhm. Okay, one disappointing news is that we have not seen Xcode being transitioned from Intel to ARM-based processor. We have seen other Pro apps like Final Cut Pro and Logic Pro, but not Xcode. But definitely, this is one of the Pro apps, as they already told that Xcode is making this possible. So it would only make sense that Xcode is already capable to run on ARM-based processors. This also is more interesting because it also paves the way for these apps to be ported to iPad as well. Okay, so on the new Macs, as they are running a custom app store, you will be able to run all the apps that currently are available. Able to run all the apps that are available in the App Store for the iPhones and the iPads on your new Macs that are run by ARM-based processors. This is absolutely amazing because this automatically adds millions of apps to your Mac library. So developers are getting all the things they need to start developing apps for all the platforms and like transition their apps from Intel to ARM-based processors so they can be used on new Macs, iPhones, iPads, and everything. So all the documentation is being provided by Apple. So to major developers, Apple is providing Mac Mini, powered by the ARM-based processor, and with all the basics app installed, so developers can get start porting their apps from Intel to ARM-based processors. So back to Tim. So it means it's almost the end of WWDC. So we will get the first Mac with Apple Silicon at the end of this year. By the end of this year, and in 2 years, we'll have complete transition. So by the end of 2022, there will be no Mac that will be powered by Intel. At least a new Mac. So 2 years, it's like an okay time. Developers should be okay with this timeline, and developers should be okay to transition their apps from only Intel-based Macs to Intel and Apple-based Silicon Macs. So developer betas are today. So I will be installing both these betas, and the public betas will be happening in July. So this software will be available in fall, which means right about in the time when iPhone is launched, and that will be September, October. And this is about it. So this is it for the intro. So basically, now WWDC is a conference, so it's about this whole week. So we'll have developer sessions and many other sessions. But as for this presentation of the transition of the next software releases, that is done and dusted. So the event ended, and that is all that we had. As far as updates are concerned, we had no name change for iOS, so it is staying iOS. We have Mac OS, TV OS, iPad OS, and we have the look at we had the first look of these apps. We will be getting the betas today, so we will be installing them. I will be installing this on my daily driver, my iPhone 10. So definitely it's a risk because it's a beta and it will be laggy. It will have a very poor battery life in the start and many other things. But for the channel, I have to do it, and I'll do it as soon as possible. And that's it for today. Now, the WWDC first has officially ended, so there's like just final wording from my side. As per my personal experience, as far as I know, many developers, many tech reviewers, most of the things that were asked for, Apple has nailed them, and Apple has delivered. Especially the widgets part, because everybody loved them. Everybody loved the concept of widgets, but unfortunately, there were some rumors and leaks that that might not happen until iOS 15. But it's good that Apple did it in iOS 15, in iOS 14, and we did not have to wait till iOS 15. And now we have all the widgets. We have many other important updates. The UIs are redesigned. We have absolutely new, beautiful interfaces for Mac OS, iPad OS, iOS. One thing which it was mentioned that we will have this redesigned phone screen for iPhone as well, but that probably is going to be an option. It will not be switched on by default. You will have to go into the developer settings or into deep into the settings to make that possible. But definitely, it's good to have that. So if you do not want that, if you are okay with the normal full screen phone alert, that's fine. But if you have the option to go and change that, that would be super lovely. I absolutely love that the option will be there. So that is all. I am super happy about this. WWDC this year has been awesome. All the software releases has been absolutely awesome. More or less everything we requested has been given. The Google Lens app or the similar features that got introduced in iPad OS, that was surprising, and we are super happy that we were the one. We were the first one who mentioned those. That was mentioned in a video where we mentioned that Android does some things better than iOS. So iOS now caught up to that. Siri improvements are coming. Again, we mentioned them that Siri should get some updates so it can catch up with Google Assistant. Siri is going to do that. And finally, all the other updates are coming. UI changes are already there. Siri is getting a smaller interface. It's not covering the whole screen. That is again something we discussed that should happen. And many people, because they like many reviewers already mentioned those things in previous videos, and they stopped saying them because to be honest, Apple never did it for a while. But I had this hope because last year Apple redesigned the volume HUD. So now, as that got updated, now it makes sense to update other things as well. So definitely waiting for the beta. We'll install it. We'll come up with the iOS 14 video. Right after this, we'll start editing the WWDC video. Stay tuned for that. We'll have a recap of all the things that happened at this year's WWDC. We'll try to keep that video short and get it to you guys as soon as possible. That is all from our side. This was our first live session, so hopefully, if there were some mistakes, you could ignore them, and this live session was good enough. Once again, could not stream the event live because of the restrictions from Apple. But finally, there will be one stream that will be coming, and that will be the simulator for SpaceX and Crew Dragon. We will be docking with the International Space Station. Stay tuned for that, possibly next weekend. But until then, super excited, getting ready to edit the WWDC video. We'll get that uploaded as soon as possible. So stay tuned. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Do leave a big thumbs up. Until next time, over and out.